My evil teacher tried to scare me to death. Throwaway account because this one still makes me shake my head whenever I think about it. I was in 5th grade, around 10 or 11 years old, and my new teacher already had a reputation. He was a big muscular guy who walked like he owned the room and acted like every kid should be afraid of him. Before the year even started, I'd heard a rumor that he once got so mad he threw a desk at the chalkboard. Whether that actually happened or not, there was a dent in the middle of the board. And to my 5th grade brain, that was proof enough. From the very first week, it felt like he had it out for me. My older brother had been in his class the year before, and my brother was a known troublemaker who got into fights and often took his anger out on me at home. Because of that, my teacher treated me like I was guilty by default. But I wasn't like my brother. I was quiet, kept to myself, and worked hard to stay out of trouble. Still, nothing I did seemed good enough. If I smiled nervously, he accused me of mocking him. If I didn't smile, he claimed I had an attitude. It felt like I was walking a tightrope every single day, waiting for the next thing he would find to criticize. On top of that, I had a problem with hiccups as a kid. They were loud and impossible to suppress. Teachers sometimes thought I was fooling around, but I hated it. It embarrassed me every time. One afternoon, not long after lunch, they struck again. The classroom was sluggish, everyone half bored when my hiccups started echoing through the room. At first, a few kids snickered, but then the whole class fell silent when they noticed the teacher stopped mid-sentence. He put his chalk down and began pacing between the rows with that heavy, deliberate walk of his. My stomach dropped when I realized he was coming up behind me. Then he did something I'll never forget. He decided he was going to scare the hiccups out of me. He crept up behind my chair and slowly raised his hand, like he was about to grab me by the neck. I could see kids in the desks around me leaning back, eyes wide, waiting for whatever was about to happen. The air felt heavy, like everyone was holding their breath. Something in me clicked. Instead of shrinking, I turned, smiled right at him, and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "That won't work on me because my brothers grab me by the neck all the time." The silence that followed was unreal. His face drained of color, then turned red, caught between shock and anger. My classmates froze, staring wide-eyed. Nobody laughed. Nobody whispered. They were waiting to see what would happen. I just sat there with that same smile, acting like I had simply stated a fact. He cleared his throat, muttered for me to step into the hallway until the hiccups passed, and walked back to the front of the class. No lecture, no yelling, just retreat. It was the quietest command I ever heard from him. When I came back, the air was different. Kids shot me glances, half shocked, half impressed. A few whispered that they couldn't believe I'd said that. He avoided my eyes completely, kept his head down in his notes, and continued teaching like nothing had happened. But everyone knew something had shifted. From that day forward, he never gave me trouble again. No more nitpicking, no more sending me out for nothing. It was like I had suddenly become invisible to him. And honestly, that was the best outcome I could have asked for. Looking back, I think I understand why. He thought he was being clever, intimidating me in front of everyone. But what I said flipped the script. Suddenly, he wasn't the tough guy in control. He was the adult who looked like he was about to put hands on a kid, and I had turned his game into a moment that made him look ridiculous. For me, that was the first time I ever stood up to someone with power. I didn't yell or fight back. I just smiled and told the truth. And in that silence, I realized he couldn't touch me anymore. He never did.